watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, September 7th, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Hells yeah, great way to kick off September, great way to kick off the fall season. Another Thursday night to discuss all the coolest matches, coolest segments, some crazy OMG moments, some stuff that may be lackluster but still watchable for laughs, and some amazing pay-per-view events, all happening in the world of professional wrestling. And guiding you through your journey is me, the host. I am Jose Casabona. I'm the host of this show, and I'm also the host, the founder, executive manager, and executive producer and content manager of the Ravens Flock. And on behalf of everyone on this channel, we appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in right now. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my tag partner for Wrestle Wrewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week. Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the mister.
All right, excellent. And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and kick.com/theravensflock. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications on all of our content. Leave your questions and comments below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, whether it be YouTube or Kick, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to all the perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're stepping up, that you're helping the Ravens Flock and shedding our shackles of late-stage capitalism with our boring, silly desk jobs, and securing our futures as full-time YouTubers legit. When we need your help in order to do that, spread the word, comment on all of our videos, let people know that you want the Ravens Flock to trend and to grow and to persist. So please, for the love of God and all that's holy, share, like, comment, subscribe, all of our content. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite Motley Crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, your ideas, and how to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. We've got Nikki Bella, and we've got Vicente Guerrero in the chat. Hey up there, folks, welcome to Wrestle Rewind. But Jose, pray tell, exactly, Gene Rick, I almost forgot Gene Rick, sorry about that, Gene Rick. Hey up, Gene Rick. What exactly is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
On Wrestle Rewind, we review three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE NXT. Pause for a second. Yes, it is exciting, especially this week, and we're going to get to that. All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite and Impact Wrestling. So once again, another crazy week of wrestling has come and gone. We have finally gotten through the back-to-back pay-per-view events of AEW from All In to All Out. And yes, there is a lot of controversy that's happened in between, and we've already discussed it on this channel. If you want more information, Juan will be sharing the link to both episodes of the Black Files and to the Ravens Flock for more details.
You're damn right I will be. So I'm going to go ahead and share those links in a moment. Last Wednesday on the Black Files, not this past Wednesday, but from the one from last week on the Black Files, we discussed the impending situation regarding the brawl-in the fight. And this past Saturday on the Ravens Flock, we discussed the subsequent terrifying news that CM Punk was unceremoniously fired from All Elite Wrestling as a result of the brawl-in situation.
Absolutely, and we're going to talk about and I'm going to add a little bit more details on the firing part when I get to the AEW Dynamite review. But right now, let's go ahead and start things off. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
Before we get into this week's edition of WWE NXT, let's discuss the main event for this year's WWE pay-per-view event, WWE Payback.
Yeah, Payback is a bitch, and so is this pay-per-view.
Hells yeah, just like Michael Cole said it on commentary. It's a night of retribution. It's a night of revenge. It's a night of payback. I mean, yeah, I know. I like Michael Cole. He's pretty silly. But yeah, and the main event first of all, this year's WWE Payback takes place in the great steel city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the hometown of WWE Hall of Famer, Olympic gold medalist,
and your American hero,
Kurt Angle.
Oh, it's true.
It's damn true.
We got Aaron Cooper in the chat. Hey, up there, Aaron Cooper. How's it going? Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Vicente was saying for the channel name alone, this has to be Scott Levy's favorite podcast. Not shocking if CM Punk loves it too.
Good one, Vicente.
Thanks. But we're 99% certain that Scott Levy and CM Punk don't really know we exist.
Exactly. That being said, now let's talk about the main event for this year's WWE Payback, and it is a one-on-one encounter as Seth freaking Rollins goes up against the artist Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
So, the way this match was built was a little weird because Shinsuke Nakamura was going ahead and he wasn't just playing a heel. He was playing a straight-up Yakuza villain from Yakuza Fight Like a Dragon / an actual Yakuza.
Oh, yes.
It was freaking hilarious. Complete with shonen anime and tag, like video montages. All of it stemming from something that Shinsuke Nakamura whispered into Seth Rollins' ear a few weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, Linz.
Indeed.
Ha.
But before we get to that, because this is my first time talking about Nakamura on this program, a brief little history of Nakamura.
For those who don't know who he is or why he's such a big deal.
He is one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers in pro wrestling. Getting us started in New Japan Pro Wrestling as one of the greatest intercontinental champions of all time.
Don't forget that he also quite seriously had a proper MMA career before stepping into the squared circle as he was in the octagon.
You know what else is worth mentioning? He actually went one-on-one against Brock Lesnar for the IWGP Heavyweight title back in 2005 or 2006.
Yo.
Around the aughts.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And Shinsuke Nakamura made his debut on WWE in the NXT brand in 2016, and it didn't take him very long for him to transition over to the main roster. He had a great early run, beating John Cena in one of his first matches in the main roster on SmackDown, and after that it was kind of a roller coaster for Shinsuke Nakamura's run. He challenged for the WWE title, but came up short on several occasions. His highest point was when he won the 2018 Royal Rumble, and he went to challenge AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania.
That was freaking awesome. Like, and if you still don't really have too much of a clue as to what kind of a guy Shinsuke Nakamura is, let me just direct you here to a simple exhibit, a very simple little example of him. Oh? This is all you need to know about Shinsuke motherfucking Nakamura. Folks.
All right, go for it.
All right,
check it out.
He is flamboyant. He is stylish. He was like a sex god in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but then again, of course, he's considered sexy over there. Here, he's considered a little odd, but at the same time, the flash, the pizzazz, the style. He's half Michael Jackson, half Prince, but all Japanese in terms of style, in terms of how he presents himself in the ring. That being said, he's a serious contender in the squared circle. He can murder people. He is not to be trifled with, and there's hence earning him the moniker the King of Strong Style.
Absolutely. Now, as Juan mentioned earlier on in this feud, Shinsuke Nakamura turned heel a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, and during this feud, he exploited Seth Rollins' ongoing back injury, to which Seth actually confirmed on Raw that he has, I'm trying to remember what it was, something in the, something in the
hernia. It's a back injury. Just say it's a back injury.
All right. I'm trying to remember the specifics. But that being said, so yeah, he's been wrestling that with for some time now, and it's taking its toll on him, and Nakamura is looking to exploit his back injury to capture the World Heavyweight title.
So how did it go? Also, Matthew Coburn made his way into the chat. Hey, Matthew Coburn, welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Mr. Burns. Ahoy.
Well, before we get to the match, we do need to make another shout out to another wrestling legend, Juancho, who was in attendance for WWE Payback. I'm pretty sure I downloaded the photo.
I believe you're right.
That's right. WWE Hall of Famer of 2023, the Great Muta, was in attendance, and he was watching.
Mask.
Sans mask, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
dude,
without
he
the
looks
mask,
so-
he's just Keiji Muto.
Keiji Muto. Yeah, good point. Still, like, it's like, dude, he went in sans mask. Did they know that he was going to be there? Did they just point him out? Did they fly him out to say hi? Like, what's up?
He's retired. He gets away without a mask. It's
yeah,
fine.
I suppose you're right.
That being said, how crazy is that? The Great Muta in attendance to watch Shinsuke Nakamura wrestle in the main event. The same guy who beat the Great Muta on his way out last year at Pro Wrestling Noah. Like, how crazy is that? How crazy and ironic is that?
That's actually pretty ironic, to be perfectly fair. I guess he's like looking back like, no, I was there. Seth Rollins, you must not underestimate Shinsuke Nakamura. He will fuck you up like he almost did me.
All right, now let's get back over to the match. Now, of course, Seth Rollins and Nakamura wasted no time going at 100 miles an hour against each other. Seth Rollins with the early offense going on, showing no slowing down from his lower back, hitting him with a bunch of high spots, including a suicide dive early on. But of course, Nakamura was able to catch the Visionary by surprise. He tossed him over back first onto the announce table, ow, and then slammed him back first onto the security barricade, double ow, before bringing him back into the ring and basically started working on the back to try and wear down Seth Rollins. Like, you neutralize the lower back, you pretty much neutralize, about 100% of his arsenal. I mean, after all, you can't wrestle if you can't move. Obviously. Yeah. But no, but Seth Rollins was able to try and fire back, hit his comeback. Nakamura was able to neutralize him in the corner. He did this really cool move where Seth Rollins was trying to go for a drop kick, and then Nakamura swung his legs into the ropes while at the corner, and then Nakamura does like this back roll, and what he does is like he slides under Rollins, and at the same time hits him with a German suplex while Rollins is hanging against the ropes.
What?
That is freaking crazy. That's one of the most
so
coolest,
fucking crazy.
That's one of the most smoothest athletic things I've ever seen in wrestling.
That is so wild. Also, real quick in the chat, Nikki Bella did mention Adon Al-Qaisi, aka General Adon, did pass away. You are right about that. Sorry, we had actually not found out until just a little while ago. We weren't able to get anything.
That is my bad, and I am sorry.
It's okay. And yeah, rest in peace, General Adon. I nearly bought his book at Borders years back. Adon actually grew up near Saddam. Saddam Hussein. And so great, WWE is using Shinsuke right finally. For the longest time, he was a lucky, warm, icy champ who Rick Boogs played guitar for.
Actually, so I think he meant to say lukewarm.
Lukewarm. Yeah, no, that's what.
He was. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
But now getting back to the main event. So Nakamura hits the Kinshasa, but Seth Rollins was able to kick out after two, and then Seth Rollins hits the pedigree, Triple H's move, and Nakamura was able to kick out. And then as we get to the final moments, both men are brawling against each other, but in the end, it was Seth freaking Rollins who hits the curb stop to pin and retain. Your winner, and still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
So, of course, play him out, keyboard man. Yeah, singing time is over.
You don't even need to have us sing. You're playing it in your mind right now.
Exactly, yeah. With us hitting that first little bit, you now have Seth Rollins' theme song stuck in your head. You're welcome, America.
That being said, I actually do want to get into something because one of the YouTubers who actually reviewed the pay-per-view actually pointed out a very interesting similarity, and I want you to follow along with me, Juan, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. The way they're booking Seth Rollins, having him be this fighting champion, defending the title week after week, and he's been accumulating, like, he's been hurting, and the wear and tear is starting to show, right?
Right.
I think the way they're doing this is that because they can say whatever they want, but WWE, they do pay attention to their competition. I think WWE has been paying attention to how AEW has been presenting the AEW International Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. And they see how they've been presenting him as this champion who's defending every week with the wear and tear. And WWE's like, hey, let's try and do that, but better.
With actual champions who do fight well and present a story, not just he's a fighting champion who goes every single week. Like, okay, yes, work going every single week is fine, but at the same time, you can go every single week and wear your ass out, or you can do your dance every couple of weeks and show people why you're a higher caliber.
Well, I mean, I'll have to disagree with that because the fact that, Orange Cassidy was showing his wear and tear, that's telling a story of himself that he's nearing the end, that at any moment he could lose his title because of how much damage he's accumulated.
So, are we trying to imply that all that athletic tape and muscle tape all over his body was for show?
I mean, that
fucking maybe.
Fucking maybe. I mean, Seth Rollins certainly didn't need all that tape.
No, he didn't, because he's Seth freaking Rollins.
Hells yeah.
He's made of sterner stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, and that's another thing. Like, yeah, no, Orange Cassidy is great, but if you're gonna compare Orange Cassidy, the defending champion, with Seth freaking Rollins, defending champion, yeah, one of them is gonna hold a taller candle over the other.
God, yeah, no, and naturally Seth Rollins has got that pedigree above him over here. Vicente,
pun intended.
Now I always want to see Seth do a thumbs up on camera. Please, no.
No.
Seth Rollins doesn't need to.
Well, then again, Seth Rollins is at a point where he can pretty much do anything he wants, and he'll still be cool.
True, very true. Well, again, congrats to the champ. Sucks to be you, Shinsuke. Better luck next time. That's what you get for trying to play with the man.
And overall, a great...
Or rather, the man's man, Becky Lynch.
And overall, a great pay-per-view event. And thank you for mentioning that. Apart from the main event, the opening steel cage match with Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus is great. Trish Stratus has proven that even at her age, she could still hang with the women wrestlers of today. And another great match to check out is the Pittsburgh Steel City Street Fight with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. That was so much fun.
It was ratchet, it was hardcore, and sadly, our favorite Canadians, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, did end up losing the WWE Tag Team Championships to Finn Balor and Damian Priest, meaning the Judgment Day now all have gold.
Indeed, but they don't have main event gold.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Enough talking about Payback. Let's go ahead and pay it forward by talking about this week's edition of NXT.
All right. How's that paying anything forward?
I don't know.
You were trying to say.
I'm trying to sound clever.
Okay, you were trying.
I was trying.
You were trying.
So the show opens up right off the bat. A one-on-one match for the NXT Women's title.
Hey, yo! All right, so the defending champion, Tiffany Stratton, who's been doing the Lacey Evans style kiss and hand wave like a beauty pageant queen appearances on Monday Night Raw for the past few weeks, is defending against Kiana James?
Kiana James, the number one contender.
Yeah. Holy cow, how about that?
That being said, this match certainly didn't go past the commercial break. Hell, I think this match only lasted between 5 to 6 minutes. There wasn't enough time in this opening match, but Kiana James definitely proved that she does belong in the conversation for the title picture. Both of these women went back and forth. Of course, there's some underhanded tactics being shown here by the champ. And Kiana James as well. Kiana James bringing in that loaded business purse with her into the ring.
How dare she? So clearly Kiana James is coming in for business, and she was going to fight dirty.
Hey up, Steph the Alter Nerd. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
How's it going, Steph? Hope you're doing all right burning the midnight oil. It's like, what, nearly 3 a.m. or something?
It's nearly 3 a.m. How do you still function?
She's powered by sass, gobbiness, and sheer spite for phonies.
Okay, well, certainly we don't meet any of those categories.
Which is why we're the perfect video for her to fall asleep to.
Ha! You dork.
Wait, let me try that again.
All right, so, you idiot. So getting to the finish of the match, things were looking up for Kiana James. She catches the champ by surprise, hitting the finishing move, the 401k, and it looks like, and she was about to go for the purse, but then the referee got distracted and took away the purse, and that allowed enough of a window for Tiffany Stratton to gouge Kiana James in the eyes, hitting her with the rolling fireman's carry before putting her away with the prettiest moonsault ever. Your winner, and still the NXT Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
We need to get these guys to standardize the size of their imaging.
No, it's WWE. They deserve it.
But that was okay. I'm not gonna lie, I have no problem actually looking at Tiffany Stratton, but that was oversized as hell. Okay, so congratulations. Okay, on the one hand, yeah, Tiffany Stratton, she's she's clearly like an obnoxious bad girl, but even she knows better than to try to let someone beat her using a handbag loaded with what the hell was in there?
Who the hell knows? One week it could be weights, the other week it could be colored paint. Who knows?
Like what? Like weights, freaking like dime bags or something, like rolls of quarters or something heavy, I guess. I don't freaking know.
Oh my God, Vicente. Steph the Alter equals a possible relation to Luke the Alter Boy from early XPW.
Jesus, Vicente, that is a deep cut.
That's a very deep cut, my friend. Let's not say things that we can't take back.
Yo, okay, core memory unlocked. I actually remember seeing a match of Luke the Alter Boy. I was not impressed.
That being said, her title defense against Kiana James was nothing more than a pit stop for a bigger setup for her next opponent, which is multi-time women's champion, the man, Becky Lynch.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Becky Lynch, a multi-time Raw and SmackDown women's world champion,
a former Royal Rumble winner.
She's been women's tag champ too, right?
That is correct.
She's been Royal Rumble winner. She's been all over the place. She helped put NXT's women's division on the map. So
however,
decided, hey, guess what? Screw you. I'm coming to NXT to show you how it's done, little missy.
Yes, because there is one hang-up to this one, as Becky pointed out, and as even Tiffany pointed out in their back and forth chatter. Becky Lynch has never won the NXT Women's title.
You're kidding me. This whole time that Becky Lynch, in her big illustrious career, she never actually got down and got the NXT Women's Championship?
Never.
Not once.
Never.
Bullshit.
Seriously? She's come up short so many times during her run in NXT between 2014 to 2015, but yeah, no, like she's never won the title.
How about that? Okay, I guess that's well worth it. Tiffany Stratton's got some things to pick out. She's got some issues. She's gonna have to rub some cheeks the right way. She's going to have to she's been getting very cheeky with Becky Lynch in this promo.
Damn it, Juancho, keep it in the pants!
Her butt crack, anyway.
So yeah, Tiffany Stratton will be defending the NXT Women's title against Becky Lynch on NXT next week.
Oh yeah, so...
and it's going to be the main event.
Of course, I mean, you've got big match Bex coming down to NXT to show Tiffany Stratton how it's done.
Exactly. Just please don't show that weird 3D animation of Becky Lynch that they always do. It's
not needed, but totally okay. Vicente was saying, I never knew that was a bad comparison. Like, I was just saying that Luke the Ultra Boy, the one match that I saw with him, I wasn't really wowed. And yeah, Matthew Coburn, we know that Steph the Ultra Nerd got her name for...
Oh, no. Matthew Coburn is pointing that out for Vicente's knowledge.
Ah, okay.
It's because Vicente didn't know.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Hells yeah. Now
we're educating each other.
Now let's go ahead and talk about the exciting match of the night, and it is a one-on-one match between the Luchador Dragon Lee versus Mustafa Ali with Dominic Mysterio as the special referee. Fiddle-dee dee.
Oh my God! Did you practice that?
Nope, I improvised.
Bullshit.
No, you want to know what's even more crazy?
Okay.
I showed you a picture of Dominic Mysterio in referee uniform, and oh my God, it's so...
Good grief.
Sorry about that. I got it straight from WWE.com.
Again, they need to re-standardize. Look at this little shit heel.
He's got a custom purple referee shirt that her mommy, Rhea Ripley, sent her. That his mommy, Rhea Ripley, sent him.
I have a special assignment at NXT, and Mommy got me set up with a brand new special shirt just for me.
Now, there are stakes to this match. Whoever wins this match gets to challenge Dominic Mysterio for the NXT North American title at No Mercy on September 25th.
Okay, so there is actually a purpose for this. And of course, Dominic Mysterio has his own stake. He doesn't really want to face either one of these two guys because he's a little shitheel.
Exactly. Actually, give me a second here. I gotta check my calendar. Okay, minor correction. NXT No Mercy is on Saturday, September 30th.
Okay, so right at the end of the month.
So yeah, definitely. And for the most part, Dominic Mysterio, he played it straight during as the referee, as both men going at each other. Go back to the previous one
Yeah,
for now.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. So, Dominic Mysterio played it straight as the referee, calling it down the middle. Dragon Lee and Mustafa Ali went at each other like crazy as hell. Mustafa Ali got the early advantage, targeting Dragon Lee's leg. We got some more back and forth action when we got back for the commercial break. Mustafa Ali looked like he's got this match won in the bag. He tries to go to the top rope to hit his 450 splash. Dragon Lee puts up the knees. Ouch, right in the guts.
Ow.
Yep. Dragon Lee hits his comeback, hits a sit-out power bomb, but it was only able to get a 2 count. And then at the finish, Dragon Lee was distracted by Dominic Mysterio, and then during the distraction, Mustafa Ali rolled up Dragon Lee's tights, and Dominic Mysterio used a fast count.
Oh, that little shit.
To screw over Dragon Lee,
really?
So that Mustafa Ali can win. Your winner and number 1 contender, Mustafa Ali.
Okay, so remind me here. The only reason why Dominic Mysterio has any other beef with Dragon Lee, other than the fact that he's trying to contend for the North American title, is what was it? Wasn't it that Dragon Lee was aligned with his father Rey Mysterio?
No, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio are not related.
No, I said that they aligned with him.
Oh, yeah.
That he aligned with him because of when what's-his-face, Dominic and Rhea Ripley went past him, they snubbed him and made fun of his mask. It's like, oh my god, it's Batman.
Yeah, that was why. That was what started it all. And
okay, yeah, that was fucked up.
But, of course, actions do have consequences, and Dirty Dom learned it the hard way because, hell, even the victor didn't take kindly to Dominic Mysterio abusing the rules. As shown right here, Mustafa Ali sucker punched Dominic Mysterio, decked him, knocked him on his ass.
Like, hey, thanks for the win, douchebag. Thwack. Nice.
Even Mustafa Ali, who's supposed to be the heel, actually expresses regret that he won that way.
Seriously?
Yes.
But you won.
Yes, but he didn't want to win it like that.
But he's a heel, like you said. Why would he... What?
Because he has morals, Juancho. He cares. Dominic Mysterio doesn't care. Have you not been paying attention to his campaign video?
No! I haven't! Am I supposed to? Is that, like, required reading for me?
Yeah, that was weeks ago, man. Where were you? Oh, yeah, you were here with me.
I was here watching this. The question is, should I care? Probably not.
I mean, for nuance, yes.
Point is, okay, so even evil has standards or whatever. Mustafa Ali in his weird ass presidential campaign to become North American champion is like, yeah, no, screw this little weasel, and sucker punch Dominic Mysterio and his mommy kissers. Vicente in the chat, Dominic is referee. I knew right away a nicknamed Dirty Dom would be so fair in his calls in the ring.
Listen, here's the thing. Dirty Dom is basically chaotic evil in my book. And Mustafa Ali is more, I want to say lawful evil.
I think that's about
Or
right.
lawful neutral.
I think that you're probably right there.
There you go. There's a difference. All right. So, now that we got that match out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the best segment of the night.
All right, what segment would that be, Jose?
Well, coming fresh out of his one-on-one victory against Oro Mensah, Ilya Dragunov was confronted not just by Wes Lee, but standing in the middle of the two to mediate is the NXT champion Carmelo Hayes.
Okay, now these guys have kind of all been in each other's beef for a while now. I'm not thinking Wesley. I'm sorry, Trick Williams. I was thinking for a second. My mistake. But yeah, no, Wesley. He was former North American champion. He's trying to contend for the NXT championship, and so is Ilya Dragunov. These three guys have just been sort of dancing with each other. There's been all sorts of different situations involving miscommunication, involving like not being on the same page with each other.
So allow me to explain.
Yes, please unravel this web of shit, please.
All right. So in Wes Lee's case, he had a great showing last week on NXT Heat. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago on NXT Heat Wave. When he actually no, it was last week on NXT Heat Wave when he challenged Carmelo Hayes for the NXT title in a losing effort.
Okay.
Now,
fair enough.
In Ilya
he dropped. It's time to step aside and let the next man step up. In
Ilya Dragunov's case, he challenged for the NXT title against Carmelo Hayes at the Great American Bash, but he lost after a miscalculated running headbutt, and he ran into Trick Williams. So there is an asterisk to Ilya Dragunov's claim to a rematch. And Carmelo Hayes, he has a chip on his shoulder because he wants to prove that he can face Ilya Dragunov without Trick Williams' help.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes a little more sense. Thank you. All right, please continue. Let's get
Right.
this out of the way.
So both Wesley and Ilya Dragunov have staked their claim to the NXT Championship. Carmelo Hayes came down later on to interrupt the proceedings and announce that next week, like the fans were chanting for a triple threat. However, Carmelo Hayes announced that next week on NXT, Ilya Dragunov will go one-on-one against Wesley, and whoever wins will challenge Carmelo Hayes for the NXT title at No Mercy.
Okay, that while a triple threat would have been awesome, that would have been nice. That would have been badass.
Would have been fun.
The fact that Carmelo Hayes is over here, that he's calling the shot, he is the champion, and since he's trying to give them both a fair chance to contend for the championship, so better to let them slug it out and figure out who's going to be the number one contender from there. All right, that's at least fair. I can live with that. And where these three guys, they at least like chill a little bit afterwards, because there were a lot of crazy shit happening between them.
And let's just say they stayed away from each other for a while.
Okay.
Let's leave it at that.
Naturally. I mean, like, they may not be happy with the situation, but at least they aren't going to argue with the results.
That being said, now let's get to the man match of the night. And it is a one-on-one match between Thea Hale versus Gigi Dolan. Now,
we don't have a match card for this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Ow, okay. I recognize this look. Thea Hale, she's a submission expert. When she wrenches you in an armbar, you are foobar. That's why she came so close in dethroning Tiffany Stratton a short while ago in a championship match. So,
yes. But
if I'm not mistaken, Thea Hale didn't come alone this time.
No, she didn't. Since the Great American Bash, since coming up short, Thea Hale has went sideways with Andre Chase and Chase University, splintering off and doing her own thing. And
Ow.
she's pretty much shall we say, skipping class and hanging out with the wrong crowd. Thea Hale has now aligned herself. Yep, Thea Hale has now aligned herself with resident bad girl JC Jane.
And JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, they were part of Toxic Attraction together. What the hell is she doing picking a fight with them? Oh, I guess JC Jane is using Thea Hale as a ways of getting back at Gigi Dolan at this point. She's hanging with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
How dare she?
Man, folks need to, you know what? Freakazoid's got it right, man. You shouldn't be hanging out with the wrong crowd.
No, you should not.
That being said, this match was okay. It kind of felt like a couple of spots during this match they were kind of hesitant in executing their moves. Like, it's definitely trying to put over Thea Hale as now she's transitioning. She's transitioning. She's not fully heel. She's not a villain character yet. But she's definitely transitioning there, allowing JC Jane to manipulate her and exposing the ruthless killer inside Gigi Dolan. And Gigi was able to get some offense back in, and she was trying to turn it around. But then with the referee's back turned, out comes Blair Davenport, the top gaijin, to ram Gigi Dolan arm first into the steel steps. This allowed for Thea Hale to lock in the Kimura lock to force Gigi to submit. Your winner, by submission, Thea Hale.
Okay, so it's both Blair Davenport and JC Jane now. Okay, are they working together on purpose? Was this just something that came up as a coincidence? Are they trying to like corrupt our little cheerleader good girl into being a bad bitch or something?
Well, you were right about
I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like a plot out of a bad Disney Channel show, but at the same time, who doesn't like watching a bad Disney Channel show every now and then?
Yeah, who doesn't? That being said,
bad drama, but come on.
To answer your question, this is just coincidence because JC Jane, like I said, she's trying to take Thea Hale under her learning tree, whereas, I don't know, I guess they're setting up another rivalry, another story between Gigi Dolan and Blair Davenport. I could be wrong.
What does Blair Davenport have anything to... Wait, no,
both Blair Davenport and Gigi Dolan came up short in their number one contenders match.
Right. And who else was in that match again? Remind me?
Roxanne Perez and Kiana James, who won.
Okay, yeah, right. That's why Kiana James won. Yeah, where the hell is Roxy in all this? Where is Roxanne Perez in all this?
Hanging backstage.
She's just hanging backstage? She doesn't care?
Yeah,
she's
doing everything.
Okay,
if you want me to get real honest, yeah, there was an angle where Roxanne Perez started a Pier 6 brawl with the other ladies, but it wasn't... It didn't really
feel like she had her heart in it?
No, like, I didn't really care for that angle because I cared more about the angle set up for the main event picture for the NXT title.
Okay, so let me get this straight over here. This actually has an interesting, albeit cliched storyline going on. Thea Hale, she's disheartened from her buddies in the Chase U faction. She's starting to hang with the bad girls in school.
With the wrong
crowd.
Yeah.
So what made this match meant to you?
Like I said, it didn't last long, and there were a couple of spots during this match where it kind of felt like Thea Hale and Gigi Dolan were like hesitant in doing their spots, you know?
Okay, so they showed a bit of hesitation in their presentation. With
Yeah,
each
that
other,
kind of,
right?
yeah. It's those small little details that you got to pay attention to, and when you're someone like me who watches wrestling a lot and you see the small little details, it does kind of take you out of it.
Okay, so they stepped out of character without meaning to in the middle of the match.
Just a little,
I understand now. But the match itself wasn't actually bad.
It wasn't bad. It was just, it could have been better.
It could have been better. Okay, understandable. All right, so what's the next segment here?
All right, the next segment, I wish to goodness sake they hit the reset button on these guys. The tag team of the Creed brothers, the Diamond Mine, are finally reunited,
Yay.
and they're holding some sort of giant tag team party get together, or whatever the fuck this is.
With other tag team factions?
With other tag team
backstage?
factions.
What?
Yes, the Diamond Mine want to recapture the NXT tag team titles from Tony D'Angelo and Stax, and all the tag teams started coming to the Diamond Mine's training dojo. You got different teams.
They have a training dojo now?
They've had a training.
No,
dojo.
I mean but what? Really?
Yeah, they brought in a whole bunch of tag teams there. I'm not going to try and remember all their names because there's way too many weird names that WWE has slapped them together with, and I'm just, ugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little odd. Okay. What else came
All
of
right.
it?
Yeah, no. And it was split off into different segments. On the final segment of this giant tag team get-together, we get a confrontation with the NXT Tag Team Champions and the returning Lucha Tag Team of Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, Los Lotharios.
Los Lotharios and are facing off with Stax and Tony D'Angelo.
Yes, for the past couple of weeks,
the really bad mobs, the stereotype.
Yes, for the past couple. Oh boy, are you gonna play that GIF again?
I'm sorry, Jose. It's the law.
All right, fine. Let's get it over with.
I don't make the rules. I just live by them here.
Fine. Yes, they're coming after the Gabagools for the gold.
The popping poopy. God Almighty, that is so. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't make the rules. I just live by them.
So getting back to it, for the past couple of weeks, there have been videos of Garza and Carrillo, and apparently, they're being slightly repackaged. They're trying to come off as a little more vicious this time around. There's some videos showing about their deceased father, who used to be a professional wrestler, and how he inspires them. So to try and get them back on the same page, and yeah, so I guess that's what's happening right now. And then after their little confrontation, we get, you guessed it, a Pier 6 brawl.
Yahoo! Pier 6 brawl!
Pier 6 brawl! Pier 6 brawl!
Pier 6 brawl! Pier 6 brawl!
If it wasn't for the Pier 6 brawl, and if it wasn't for the Diamond Mine being ridiculous, I would have been turned off from this segment entirely.
And apparently they were being so ridiculous about it that they just sat back and enjoyed the mayhem.
Yeah, no, in this final photo, like, the whole dojo's trashed, the diving aisle steps away, she goes, I step away for 1 second and all this turns into a mess, and then they hugged it out like they're one big happy family.
Like,
and God!
You guys, like, okay,
God, I hate this!
Disjointed.
No, I'm sorry, I hate this. I really don't like this. They went from being a credible stable that's just a bunch of badass athletes, like, running down the whole roster. And they're now, I get it, WWE's trying to give character, but I don't know, man. This feels so family sitcom.
Don't you spend your freaking spare time rewatching Family Matters of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? You don't get to complain about family sitcoms when you unironically watch family sitcoms.
Don't remind me. Yes, I know.
I remind you because no, you don't get to complain about it that way. You shut your pie hole.
The way they're doing this, it's just so
Cowbag. What
hey,
the hell?
Hey, shut up, shitbag.
Vicente was saying hesitation in spots is why friends should not wrestle each other much, at least not in WWE. You're right, referring back to the Thea Hale and Gigi Dolan match.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
So,
but that being said, no, I'm sorry, but everything that, like, I feel like
It felt
Diamond
too
Mine has
corny.
been mishandled. Not just the character, not just the way they're portraying the characters, but everything that they've been, like, their whole booking trajectory is completely off the rails.
Well,
I mean,
the founder was, fired.
Yeah, Stokely Hathaway. It's
Yeah.
okay. He's in AEW.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
He's doing fine. And so is Roderick Strong. He's doing fine.
They're all right.
Yeah.
I guess we don't really have much room to complain about either of them.
Nope. But here's something that will kick the excitement back up. The main event for Tuesday night's NXT. And it is a no disqualification match. And it is Braun Breaker, the badass, versus Von Wagner.
Okay.
A man who has a particular proclivity of tables.
Yeah, no, there was a weird segment right before this match aired where Von Wagner was sort of like, he was talking to a piece of a table. And he's like, it's okay, tonight I'll set this right, and I'll finish fixing up with Braun Breaker over here. You write my words. Like, I'm like, seriously?
Like, guys, you just spent an entire month rebuilding Von Wagner, actually, getting fans to like him, and then you present this.
Seriously?
Oh.
Come on.
That being said, this match was definitely a lot of fun. They brought in all the weapons. They brought in steel chairs. They brought in kendo sticks.
They threw each other through stage props and stuff. It was horrifying.
Oh, yeah. No. Juan's right. Like, when Von Wagner was able to hit his comeback near the end of the match, yeah, there was a spot where they took the fight at ringside, and you can see Von Wagner throwing Braun Breaker head first through, what was that again? A stage?
It's just a piece of staging over here, Jose.
It's just a piece of
Is
staging.
this where the crow's nest thing is?
Yes!
Okay, so there you go. That's what it is. It's like
the stage structure of the crow's nest.
Yep, they just plowed him straight through it.
Yes, indeed. And of course, teasing it early on during the match, Von Wagner finally comes full circle, and he powerbombs Braun Breaker through the announce table.
Yay! So he kept his promise to the table.
Yes,
that is so weird. That was something that's a sentence that I had to say.
Unfortunately,
but what the fuck am I gonna do? Even Booker T is taken back. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, by the way, Baron Corbin is joined on commentary, but who cares about him? Anyways,
no one cares about Baron Corbin. He's the worst anyway.
But Braun Breaker was able to fire back. He hit a low blow onto Von Wagner before putting Von Wagner away with a spear to pin and win. Your winner, Braun Breaker. But
what the hell?
But the action doesn't stop there, as Braun Breaker continues to punish Von Wagner.
Even after the match ended.
Even after the match. Slamming him headfirst onto the steel steps. And then we get the spot that has made the rounds on social media, where Braun Breaker is lifting one part of the steel steps, and from the camera point of view, because I'm watching it from Hulu, they cut the camera off during this part, but Braun Breaker smashed Von Wagner's head with the steel steps.
Oh my freaking god. It looked horrible, and the freaking commentary like, oh my god, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, Vic Joseph, holy shit, he was yelling.
Yeah, Vic Joseph was actually doing play-by-play properly.
And Booker T actually kept his mouth shut.
Oh my god.
He didn't fuck it up.
I'm just glad that this was recorded.
Yes, indeed.
It was terrible when they got some footage after the program went off the air where they showed Von Wagner being carried off by EMTs with a lot of bandaging and what looks like towels over his head to keep from swelling on here. Now,
absolutely. Now, this was the segment. This was the match that apparently has gotten a lot of attention this week, and it's got fans now tuning back in to NXT.
However, since we are responsible, nerdy news journalists,
yes,
we do have to let you know, of course, it was all kayfabe, obviously, considering Jose did mention that the camera cut off in part of the mayhem when we heard the freaking steel step smash into Von Wagner's head, when in reality, yes, I got this from TikTok. No, I'm not sorry. You could sue me later. Yeah, I know. Steph and everybody, and Juan's TikToking here. Weird.
I thought they'd been known you've been TikToking.
That's not the point. The point is, I'm still hip.
All right. So here's what actually happened when the cameras cut off near the end of the show.
All right. So yeah, this is courtesy of someone named at Theory Eduardo, who was at NXT. If you take a close look, Von Wagner's head wasn't on the steps that actually collided. His head slid down to the step beneath it. Now, if you take a close look, I'm going to try to blow this up over here a little bit so that you can
go
point
ahead.
to it.
You're fine.
I don't know if you can point to it. All right. Here we go. All right.
There we go.
If you take a look at Braun Breaker's hand, the highest step where the handlebar, where the handle hole is that Braun Breaker's using, that part does look like it did inadvertently collide with Von Wagner's head. However, the actual skull smashing whatever that was alluded to didn't happen the way it was portrayed. Don't worry, he's fine. Nobody panic.
Okay, well, I was gonna say because I saw Wrestle Talks News today, and they were saying that to make a correction, that Braun Breaker may have accidentally opened up Von Wagner during the plant spot.
Likely with the edge of the step over here.
Yeah, an argument can be made that could have been an accident.
Yeah, and well, obviously, it's clearly if at that point, because when they smashed it, it was kayfabed out and it was made to sound horrible. It was made to look brutal, but in reality, the actual damage was minimized. So an actual gash, unavoidable, but I suppose it's better than what they were alluding to.
Indeed.
And yeah, Vicente Guerrero in the chat, take badasses and suddenly make them funny. WWE screwed up again, like when they made Stone Cold into a funny guy years ago. Well, that was actually a little odd when they.
When he was in his heel run in 2001, they're with the Alliance.
Yeah, when he was paranoid, weird Stone Cold.
I actually like that. Well,
man.
I actually like that heel turn, the paranoid guy who's afraid of losing his spot and everything.
Yeah, and if you said it continues, Wagner and Breaker was badass, brutal as WWE let them be. Vaughn is 0-1 versus ring steps.
Ow! Come on, man! Man, it's got me feeling my head in some type of way.
Maybe you should take your hat off. It'll make you feel better.
No! I can't do that. I need my hat. That being said,
do you need your hat? Do you?
Shut up. That being said, now we're done with WWE for now. Now, before we get into AEW Dynamite, we must discuss the main event for this year's annual pay-per-view, AEW All Out.
All right, so All Out was, like we said, 1 week immediately after the historic London All In.
Absolutely,
so which was held at Wembley Stadium, and this was stateside once again.
Yes, indeed. AEW All Out takes place over at the sold-out United Center in Chicago, Illinois, hometown of another wrestling legend, Jason Jordan, the biological son of WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. We're going for 2, baby.
Why would you point that out?
Can I get a "you suck"?
You do suck.
Ha ha!
How freaking dare! No, I don't know why would you do this? Why would you do this to me?
Because it's funny. They're family.
No, they're not. They're really, really not. Why would you do this to me? What the hell is wrong with you? Oh my Lord! I ought to smack you for that bad gag.
Oh man!
Oh dear God!
Yeah, no. I mean, you forgot they did that in WWE?
Do I? Do I need a freaking? I hate you. Why did you have this in here? You freaking put this here on purpose, didn't you?
Well, probably. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't make that connection now, would I? Jason Jordan is from Chicago. I'm not lying.
I hate you so much. That was such a bad joke.
Also, CM Punk is from Chicago.
But but we'll save that.
We'll save that for after I talk about the main event.
All right.
The main event match is for the AEW International Championship as Jon Moxley, the Death Rider, the purveyor of violence, a member of the Blackpool Combat Club, the master of Death Jutsu, goes one-on.
He literally calls himself the master of Death Jutsu.
Goes one-on-one against the defending champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. All right, this was an execution. Orange Cassidy did put up a fight during this match, but damn, it was mostly Moxley beating the shit out of Orange Cassidy, cutting him off at every turn, and of course, in typical Moxley match faction, the fight also spilled outside of the ring, and Moxley was able to slam Orange Cassidy face first onto the ring post, and Orange Cassidy got busted open, and he's bleeding hard ways all over the face.
So, a typical John Moxley match where he immediately starts getting everything bloody.
Yeah, but Moxley didn't bleed. He made his opponent bleed. So, there's
Ow.
Yeah, and then
Should
Moxley...
that be better?
I mean...
Should I applaud him for that? That's freaking terrible.
John Moxley then I swear to God, unless I was mistaken when I watched it, John Moxley pulled out a fork and started stabbing Orange Cassidy right in the face, right in the spot where he opened up. Yeah.
A fork?
Yeah.
Fucking seriously, a fork?
Channeling his inner Abdullah the Butcher.
A fork? You're fucking kidding me.
All right. That being said,
oh
yeah,
my God.
The fight gets the fight continues back into the ring as Moxley locks in the rear naked chokehold after Orange Cassidy kicked out after
God.
two.
Fucking damn it. Go on.
Moxley locks in the chokehold and then transitioned it into an armbar submission hold, trying to get a submission win over the champion. Orange Cassidy was able to power out of it, and at one point, while they were at ringside, I forgot to mention, Moxley exposed the floor padding at ringside, and he was gonna hit a pile driver onto Orange Cassidy, but then Orange Cassidy reversed it and hit the beach break, and Moxley hit back first onto the exposed concrete.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yep.
So he's literally just trying to kill the guy now.
They're both trying to kill each other.
No, but like Moxley, he's Mr. Deathmatch. He's Mr. I'm gonna drink your blood and make you bleed and tear your flesh. And blah, blah, blah. He's the hardcore trash guy that he wishes that he could be. So what the fuck?
I mean, wishes? He started as a deathmatch wrestler.
You know what I freaking mean.
I know what you mean, but after that spot, yeah, just a minor correction. Then Moxley hit his pile driver onto Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy was able to kick out after two, and that's when Moxley switched over between submissions from chokehold to armbar. But then Cassidy was able to fire back and hit his comeback, hitting a series of multiple orange punches onto John Moxley, trying to put him away. But then Moxley was able to reverse it and hit Orange Cassidy with the Death Rider. But then the champion kicked out after two, and after a show of defiance, Orange Cassidy got back on his feet. He's staggering. He's bleeding buckets, but he's still putting up the dukes. He refuses to go down, so Moxley had to put him down with a second Death Rider to pin and win. Your winner and new AEW International Champion, John Moxley.
So this is the first title that John Moxley has won in a long time. He used to be AEW World Champion for a while.
He was multi-time AEW World Champion, yes.
Yeah, so what the hell is it that he hasn't got his hands on a championship since then? He wasn't TNT champion. He never challenged for the tag titles. So holy shit.
Well, right now, MJF is right now in the middle of his own things. He's got his own program to work on. And the Blackpool Combat Club, yeah, they kind of were in a downward trajectory. They went from feuding with the Elite to feuding with the Best Friends and the Lucha Bros. But this is a step up. At least they got something out of it. Moxley as the AEW International Champion, considering his pedigree, yeah, this works for him. And the fans, despite the controversy that I'm going to talk about, the fans actually liked the pay-per-view, and I actually saw highlight videos of the of AEW All Out. Yeah, despite all this crap, like the fans were actually entertained by some great wrestling.
Be that as it may, the main story was that freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy had been a fighting champion. He had been defending his championship week in and week out for months on end with challenger after challenger after challenger, showing up in the ring with extra padding in his elbow pads or in his
lower back or in his shoulder.
Or in his, yeah, exactly, and having a back brace built into the taping that he would wear under his tights. And wearing athletic tape, that muscle tape stuff on his shoulders all over. And he was basically last week before the All Out pay-per-view, he declared that he would be a fighting champion, that he would continue defending it for as long as his body would allow him to.
Yes.
So naturally, with Orange Cassidy dethroned, he was let out of the arena after the show went off the air with a thunderous ovation from the crowd.
Absolutely. The fans were chanting, thank you, Orange, or thank you, OC, or whatever, as his stable, the best friends with Chris Statlander, the TBS champion. They walked out Orange Cassidy, and yeah. Okay,
Right, so yeah.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Okay, so following what's happened with CM Punk being fired from AEW, lots of different news reports have actually come up since Saturday. There's been reports that apparently the viewership for last Saturday's AEW Collision, where Tony Khan announced on TV that he fired CM Punk, they almost 100,000 viewers. How many? What's the number?
The official number is 89,000, Jose.
89,000. Okay, 89,000 viewers tuned out from Saturday's Collision, dropping their viewership to 346,000 views for that Saturday.
Well, the single lowest viewpoint that they had. Period.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, how many people showed up at Wembley Stadium for the All-In event, Jose?
Paid?
What was the big attendance number again?
The paid big attendance number was 81,035 people.
Go fucking figure. How poetic. 81,035 people showed up at Wembley Stadium for All In, and just a week later, with the announcement of CM Punk getting fired, 89,000 people tuned out of AEW Collision upon hearing that the best in the world was given the sack. So, yeah, Tony Khan, you brought this on yourself.
You could say what you want about CM Punk. You can have your opinions, but
the numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. Okay? The numbers really don't lie.
It just goes to show you that people don't put up with bullshit. In the chat over here, I'm taking a look at the on here. Vicente saying Jose needs his hat one giant step towards doing a Jake Hager impression. Not a bad guy to imitate.
No! Fuck you.
Jose's not wearing a purple hat.
No, I'm not. Go to hell.
If Jack Perry would have gone to Moxley wanting to use real glass, sadly, John Moxley would have told Jack, cool, let's do it. Orange Cassidy bleeding plus John Moxley equals blood red orange. Blood orange.
And
LOL, feel bad for Tony Khan, but but talk about loyal CM Punk fans. 89,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big loss. I don't care what you say. And you better believe that Warner Brothers Discovery, yeah, they got their problems right now with SAG-AFTRA, but Warner Brothers Discovery gave $1 billion to AEW and gave them grounds to produce a Saturday wrestling show. How do you think they're going to handle this?
Oh, you better believe they're going to want a freaking refund.
Oh, yes.
Like that's gonna be interesting. Jose, do yourself a favor. Keep your finger on the pulse on that one. I don't think that we've heard the end of it.
Oh, absolutely not. We're definitely going to follow up with it as we get to more developments. But for right now, let's get to this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Light the fuse, hit the bell. You know the rest.
This week's edition of Dynamite takes place over in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm grasping at to what wrestling legend was there, but the only thing I could think of is the first ever WWF In Your House pay-per-view from 1994, if anyone remembers that far, No, In Your House? Nobody? Ah, man. I guess that was during yeah.
Well, it is the home place of it is the hometown of Bobby Heenan, Dick the Bruiser. Let's see here. Flash Flanagan. Yeah, not really. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. Okay.
Not Bobby the Brain Heenan. Oh wait, that was Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Holy cow. So
that's
so weird.
I'll remember that next time we talk about Indianapolis. All right. So let's go ahead and start off. So speaking of the aforementioned ex-champion Juancho, AEW Dynamite actually opens up with an in-ring promo segment from freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. And Orange Cassidy got on the mic, and he pretty much spoke in his own character, in his own demeanor, saying like, yeah, the doctors are telling me that I should quit, but nah. He basically said that he's gonna keep showing up every single week on Dynamite because he's Orange Cassidy and he doesn't have a catchphrase, and that's it.
Which is, funnily enough, his catchphrase.
What?
Does having... Oh my god, it's that free guy thing with dude. You remember? But then again, the word catchphrase as a catchphrase is a pretty cool catchphrase.
Oh god.
So that, oh my god, he just free guyed us. Oh my god. In the chat, Vicente Guerrero, RVD and Jim Cornette have called the Punk versus Perry thing right. Put them in the ring, work, shoot, and get paid.
Yes!
Yeah, seriously. Like, hey, by the way, folks, here's a warm-up match for everything before we go on. CM Punk and Jack Perry in front of 81,035 people here at Wembley Stadium. You two, go at each other. Go ahead. Fucking tear each other apart. I don't give a damn.
Oh, Wancho. That would be implying that Tony Khan has any a form of common sense to book something this awesome.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
All right. So, yeah, that was pretty much the opening segment. So now let's move on from the X-Champion and let's get to the surprisingly exciting match of the night. And it is a tag team match, player.
Holla, holla.
The team of the former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Aussie Open, versus Les Sex Gods, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
Okay, so again, Chris Jericho latching himself onto younger talent, and Aussie Open, they're trying to earn a check.
They're trying, okay? They're trying.
Okay,
right.
And Sammy Guevara is there because he's also earning a check. Go on.
All right, so last week, Jericho actually had a segment with Sammy Guevara. They were at odds with each other because Sammy didn't help out Jericho in beating Will Ospreay at All In.
Aren't all of them broken up with Chris Jericho? Didn't the Jericho Appreciation Society just dump him?
Yeah, but Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho have a deep, deep connection. They have a deeper friendship than any of those stables combined, Juan.
Like what? Are they sharing Time Mellow or something? What the fuck is this?
I don't know. Maybe this is Chris Jericho being a surrogate father or something. I don't know.
What the fuck? I know that Sammy Guevara's got fatherless behavior, but with his fuckboy attitude, but that's a little on the nose, don't you think?
I'm just guessing.
All right, well, guess smarter, please. Continue with the match.
All right, so obviously the focus is on Jericho and Guevara and how if the two can ever coexist.
Really?
Yeah, that's
You're gonna pull that old gag on me?
Yes, I am.
I hate you.
And it turns out they did. They actually had a pretty good tag match against Aussie Open. They did their Sex Gods pose in front of the fans. The fans love it. That's never going to get old as long as they're around. As long as Jericho's around.
As long as Jericho's around, which shouldn't be long ever again.
I know.
Sorry,
but there was a miscalculation near the end of the match where Jericho accidentally struck Sammy Guevara when he was trying to go for one of the members of Aussie Open. But, however, despite that small little miscalculation, Chris Jericho was able to hit the Judas elbow onto Kyle Fletcher to pin and win. Your winners, Les Sex Gods, Chris Jericho, and Sammy Guevara.
All right, so they got over this. Let me guess. Jericho, after the match, he was like, yeah, high five, we're back together, baby. And Sammy Guevara still like, no, screw you, get away from me.
Yeah, what? Joe? Are you psychic?
No, I'm logical when I want to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, so it's like, hey, yeah, we won, we're back together. Like, no, we're not. Shut up. We had a match. Get away from me, you old fart.
Well, you are right, but also you are wrong.
Okay,
Sammy Guevara
how am I wrong?
Sammy Guevara is shoving Jericho aside, but because Jericho accidentally hit Sammy Guevara.
Oh, so it's not even like, hey, no, we're only one and done. It's just like, dude, screw you. You still hit me in the middle of the match. I don't trust you.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Okay, I guess.
I guess they're building to a rivalry with Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho. That would have been a good. That would be good to wrap everything up and move on from Jericho.
Yes, please, let's move on from Jericho. What's the next segment here?
All right, now we get an in-ring segment from...
Whoa, this one's big.
Yes, it is.
Yo, this is seriously big.
Because we get
not just the segment, but like the image is very big.
Absolutely, because now we're going to talk about the champ of AEW, the AEW World Champion and a Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion, MJF, in an in-ring segment with the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Samoa Joe.
Okay, now this actually stemmed from something that happened, what was it, last week last week on Collision?
Yeah, it was last week on Collision, where Samoa Joe shoved MJF when he was walking to his match, and then MJF and Samoa Joe brawled. But this goes far deeper than that, Juancho.
Yes, because a long time ago, in the far-off times of, when was this again?
It was 2017 in Brooklyn, where MJF was employed by the WWE, and
as a security/extra.
As a security/extra, and in the backstage, Samoa Joe shoved the poor little 19-year-old.
Yeah, shoved him on his way to his. I believe he was defending the NXT Championship.
Yep, against Shinsuke Nakamura.
All right, so go figure. So, and over this past couple of days, MJF had been on Twitter. He's like, "I'm not that little kid from that you shoved in Brooklyn anymore. It's on now, Samoa Joe." Like, dude, that was 5 years ago. You're barely.
Oh,
how
yeah.
old is he?
I think
how old is he?
Who, MJF?
Yeah, like what, 25?
25, 26.
Dear Lord, he's young.
But that being said, yeah, MJF brought that up, and he mentioned how times have changed because, yeah, he's a different man now. He knocked out William Regal and sent his ass back to NXT where he belongs.
Ooh. So they name drop NXT?
Yes, they did. And he told Samoa Joe, hey, if you play your cards right, you'll be on your way out too.
Okay, so notice how they can't get any sort of heat with the situation without mentioning WWE?
I mean, MJF can get away with it.
That's not what I mean. Like, if you really want to build the strength of it, just build the strength of what they're doing in AEW. Like, dude, I get it, you're a champion, but I'm the AEW World Champion. Show me some fucking respect.
Counterpoint, it is pretty good for AEW to like actually like bring up some actual wrestling continuity without being afraid of mentioning the forbidden word of WWE.
That's not even the point. I'm like, like, if you really want to flex your creative and intellectual muscles, do it without having to mention WWE.
I mean, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns brought up AEW during their rivalry heading to WrestleMania.
By name?
Well, not by name directly.
No, not by name.
But they referenced it.
They can reference it without naming it. You could still do that without naming it, but MJF and Samoa Joe couldn't get away with naming it. Yep. Surely Samoa Joe, being a veteran of the ring, took to these harsh words from MJF with the sort of calm and composed demeanor that you would expect of an over 20-year veteran.
Well, no. After Samoa Joe corrected MJF and he told him that he thought that he didn't think he was a little kid, he thought he was a little bitch. Yeah, they got into a brawl with Samoa Joe getting the better of the champ, and he was about to hit the muscle buster, but then out came Adam Cole, baby, to save MJF from the Ring of Honor TV champion.
Ow.
Yes, indeed.
It's like mega ow. What the hell?
Right now, Samoa Joe is currently competing in the Grand Slam tournament. Whoever wins the tournament will challenge MJF for the AEW World title at Grand Slam at the Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York.
So, our hometown.
Yeah!
Yay!
Yay!
Good God Almighty, let it matter.
All right. Now let's go ahead and move on to the man match of the night. And this is actually one of the tournament matches for the Grand Slam tournament. It's a one-on-one fight between, representing the Best Friends, Trent Beretta, versus the former NXT North American champion, Roderick Strong.
Oh my God. Why is he still wearing the goddamn neck brace? Why?
Because he's still feeling the unfortunate effects of the beatdown from Samoa Joe, which was a long time ago.
Oh my God. How much you want to bet that he's going to milk that the same way Cowboy Bob Orton milked that arm cast?
Well, he didn't milk it, but he was
saying, like, how long is he going to be wearing the cast?
It's hard for me to say. I really don't know. But during this match, he did take it off, but he was very cautious about it anytime he hit his wrestling spots. This match was pretty average. It was mostly focused on Roderick Strong going over on the Trent Beretta. Roderick Strong hits a lot of his spots. He hits his backbreakers, his suplexes, while, being very self-conscious of his neck and everything. And like I said, it was an average match. Roderick Strong was able to win, hitting his finishing move, the End of Heartache, to advance. Your winner, Roderick Strong.
Jesus, seriously, dude? Come on, man. It's not to say, like, okay, they didn't put on a good match and all, but, like, it's very distracting. It's distracting that he, like, in between the match, he's still checking his neck, and then he puts the neck brace on afterwards.
Yeah, after the match, he puts the brace back on.
Good God. Matthew Coburn in the chat, he's the kind of guy who would wear it in court when he's not hurt.
Oh! So good one.
Okay, thank you, Vicente. MJF was born March 15th, 1996, so he's 27 years old.
I remember 1996. That was a very fun year of summer.
Yeah, I remember that too. I actually remember the blizzard in 1996, actually. Oh, Matthew Coburn, welcome to Night Court. Hi, I'm Harry, but aren't we all?
All right.
Oh
well,
my
Juan
God,
is...
I just realized MJF was born on the Ides of March.
Nice.
He really is the freaking devil. Oh my God, you gotta watch your back with him. Oh my God.
Well, of course, he's better than us, and we know it.
All right, so what's the lowdown segment then?
All right, the lowdown segment is an in-ring segment with Hangman Adam Page, actually.
Okay, so the hangnail dipshit who cost us CM Punk.
Yes, Hangman Adam Page was able to get a promo, but he was quickly interrupted by the leader of the Mogul Embassy.
Why is all this out of order? Give me a minute over here. I'm trying to fix this.
That one is my bad. I am sorry.
Okay, so yeah, we had the hangnail. Okay, so
yes,
here's the idiot cowboy. There you go, people.
There's Hangman Adam Page. He was about to be interviewed by Tony Schiavone, but then he was interrupted by the former NXT North American champion, Swerve Strickland.
All right, now Strickland, apparently he dressed Hangman down hard.
Oh yes, he called out Hangman Adam Page for having everything handed to him because he's friends with the EVPs of AEW.
Which is true.
Young Bucks, backyard wrestlers.
Which is true.
Which is actually true. And he actually called out Hangman Adam Page for wasting every opportunity that was given to him, and he also made a very personal jab at his at Hangman Adam Page's wife and kids, saying that, like, oh man, you're also a disappointment to your family. The cowboy didn't like that, so he went back into the ring. But damn, he was immediately blindsided by the machine, Brian Cage, who leveled out Hangman Page in the middle of the ring with Swerve Strickland standing over his carcass.
Brian Cage looks like a proper professional fucking wrestler. When you look at him compared to Hangman Adam Page, fucking forget about it. Brian Cage is fucking roided and fucking beefy as hell.
Hell's yeah, man.
Forget about it, man.
Hell's yeah, man. And that's all and that muscle that he built, that's all his muscle. He did not take any anabolic steroids.
He is a muscular boy.
Hell's yeah, man.
He's a beefy boy. He's got meat. And I guess we just need to have him join up with Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs so that all three of them can slap meat with each other.
That would be great. And Pancho, let me ask you a question.
Boys doing meaty things.
Do you know who's the wrestler that inspired Brian Cage to get into wrestling?
Pray tell.
Chris Kanyon.
Of course. Who better than Kanyon?
Who better than Kanyon, man? Rest in peace, dude.
Rest in peace, Chris Kanyon.
All right. Now let's get to the main event. Another singles match in the Grand Slam tournament, and it's a battle between master and student. As the former TNT champion Darby Allin goes one-on-one against Nick Wayne, the young upcomer who made a splash in AEW not long ago.
Wait, this preschooler is in the main event.
Yes.
Nick Wayne.
Yes.
Homeboy isn't even old enough to drink.
Yes.
He's not old enough to vote. He's not old enough to rent a car.
But he is old enough to wrestle and entertain a crowd.
What? The fuck?
Oh god. Juan's losing it.
JonTron better give me a goddamn royalty check for this one. What the fuck?
Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh man.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Are you just Mortying up on my ass over here?
You're cracking me up.
Get the fucking match on.
All
please.
right. So both of these guys are high flyers. These guys start off fast and heavy. Nick Wayne got some early advantage on during this match, and then in the middle of the match, Darby Allin actually grabs a mic and actually implores Nick Wayne to actually hit him for real. Like, you know, he's trying to get Nick Wayne to get fired up.
So you mean to tell me that Nick Wayne was being timid and not actually trying to win the match? He wasn't actually trying to...
He was wrestling, but there was no fire, Juan. There was no fire lit under his ass.
no fire, no energy, no nothing.
Exactly, and
Good
Darby
God.
Allin is trying to get that fire right out of him. Also, joining commentary is the holder of the AEW TNT champion, Christian Cage.
The handler, well, the actual champion's Luchasaurus, but let's not lie to ourselves. Christian Cage is the one who's being possessive with the championship. What isn't he like? Isn't he like? Doesn't he try to keep it from his daughter? 'Cause he's a freak like that.
I guess so. Yeah, hang on a minute, Mr. Geek Me Out. What do you think?
Mr. Geek Me Out in the chat. Hey up, welcome to Wrestle Rewind. What do you think of EC3 as the new NWA World's Heavyweight Wrestling Champion?
You know what? Control your narrative, silliness notwithstanding. He earned it.
Good for him.
Good for him.
All right, yeah, and Vicente was saying it's been great seeing Brian Cage get his pushes from time to time in AEW, almost like his Lucha Underground days. Tony Khan should do this more often.
Yes!
And yes, Nick Wayne as an 18-year-old new wrestler in the World Title Tournament. What the fuck? Thank you. Someone's speaking English over here. Speak is it English, mother? Oh, please continue. Come on.
So, Darby Allin was about to. Darby Allin hits a coffin drop, and Nick Wayne was able to reverse it into a pin. But Darby Allin was able to kick out after 2. And after some more back and forth action, Darby Allin put the student away, locking in a very interesting double arm submission hold, forcing Nick Wayne to tap out. Your winner and advancing, Darby Allin.
Congratulations, Darby Allin. You beat up a child. Nice going. You're very good at beating up a child. Well done. And he's a baby! The guy, he's literally half my age! What the hell?
Darby Allin is scheduled to go one-on-one against Roderick Strong in the semifinals for this Saturday at Collision.
All right, fantastic. So that was AEW Dynamite. No other shenanigans, nothing?
No other shenanigans, nothing. This is it. This is the post-CM Punk era, again, of AEW.
Yeah, let's see what other backstage problems come up now that, quote-unquote, the cancer is gone, quote-unquote.
Yeah, you can...
Mark Henry even called him out, like, yeah, let's see who else they're going to blame it all now.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, come on, man. Like,
It was bullshit.
It is bullshit, because there's plenty of other problems, of other scraps that we've heard about AEW. Meanwhile, everything is great in WWE, so...
Not necessarily great, but, you know, you don't hear horse shit happening like this.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell? All right, now let's get into this week's edition of Impact Wrestling. We're wiping our hands clean with AEW, and we're going into Impact, and they're still continuing their tapings over in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
All right, so the Great White North is still hosting Impact Wrestling.
Yep.
How does this show start off, Jose?
Well, actually, first of all, I do want to mention that it is the hometown of one of the greatest Canadian wrestlers from the WWE days, Christian Cage, the current holder of the TNT champion.
God. You fucking... I hate you.
Hey, guys. How's your fathers doing?
Get on with the show!
All right. The show opens up with a great one-on-one match between two awesome knockouts. La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo goes one-on-one against Danny Luna.
Okay, when you got a knockouts match starting you off, you know you're in for a treat. Okay, very good. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. The knockouts division in Impact Wrestling is by far one of the highest tier, holds the highest tiers of women's wrestlers you'll ever see, period. You'll look around in Japan, in Mexico, North America, in Europe, and you won't find better women's professional wrestlers than you'll find in the knockouts division in Impact. So
Absolutely.
That's just my opinion.
Absolutely. So with Deonna Purrazzo having to face Jordynne Grace tomorrow night at Victory Road, she needs a little bit of extra momentum before her match against the returning Juggernaut. So Danny Luna, another powerhouse in Impact Wrestling, matches graps with La Virtuosa.
Matches graps?
Matches graps. Shut up, I know what I'm saying. So
are you trying to make fetch happen again?
What? No,
matches graps. That is such a weird thing to say. Sorry, go on. It's very distracting.
Yeah, no. Danny Luna, the powerhouse between the two, starts off heavy and knocking down Deonna Purrazzo. There's an exchange of she also hits the three amigos, or at least tries to.
So 3 vertical suplexes in succession in a row.
Yes,
without letting go.
But in the third one, there was a bit of a struggle until Danny Luna eventually got the third vertical suplex in. So awesome, great, good job, Danny Luna. You are
cool.
Fantastic. Yep. Couple other cool spots that happened. Deonna Purrazzo, of course, working over the arms of Danny Luna, neutralizing her her abilities, with power bombing and shit. Because
Ow.
yeah,
You're not gonna. It's not. Let's not lie to ourselves. Deonna Purrazzo is an incredible athlete, but Danny Luna, she's got the meat.
she's definitely got the meat. But
She's got the meats.
But unfortunately, the meat was not enough, as Deonna Purrazzo was able to lock in her Fujiwara armbar to force Luna to tap out. Your winner by submission, La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo.
Hell yeah. Like I said, off to a great start over here. Vicente even admits, almost impossible for Deonna to have a bad match with anyone.
Also, I'd like to make a minor correction from last week. Deonna Purrazzo holds 4 victories over Jordan Grace, who will be returning tomorrow night.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So, what, is Jordan Grace just coming after, like, no, screw you first in particular?
Exactly. Jordan Grace is hoping to break the curse and finally get a win over La Virtuosa.
Let's see how the thick mama pump, the swollest sexy lady you'll ever meet. Let's see if she can actually break that curse and if she's got what it takes to handle the Virtuosa. All right, next segment is A.
All right, the next exciting match is a tag match, player.
Holla, holla!
The team of
Subculture.
Subculture, the former Impact World Tag Team Champions, going up against the mix and match tag team of Rich Swann and the Death Machine, Sami Callihan.
All right, so Hardcore Boy and High Flyer versus the Punks.
Versus the Welsh Punks.
The Welsh Punks, yeah, fantastic.
So,
all right, I got no issue with that.
No issue with that. And also, I don't want to hear your criticism because, yeah, Death Jutsu sounds silly, but calling yourself the Death Machine sounds equally silly.
Okay, it's equally silly, but at the same time, what's his face? Sami Callihan wrestles
So does Moxley.
properly
So does Moxley.
more often than Moxley, though. He saves
I
the
get what you're
blood
trying
and
to
gore.
do. Huh?
He saves the blood and gore and the hardcore stuff for when he really needs it to matter, whereas Moxley is a freaking open sore. I suppose he wants to look like Abdullah the Butcher with forehead scars reaching all the way back to the ass end of his skull.
Yeah, seriously, how many skewers went into his head? Oh, God.
Many skewers. I don't even want to fucking get into that.
All right, that being said, so getting back into the tag match.
Who'd have thought Sami Callihan knows how to temper the hardcore deathmatch shit better than Jon Moxley? What are the fucking odds?
I know, Sami Callihan's more tame. Who knew? That being said, both these teams start off with some good back and forth actions. Callihan and Swann getting the upper advantage until Subculture were able to turn it around with their high flying aerial assaults onto the two former world champions. And then when we got back from commercial break, Subculture was able to work over Rich Swann, keeping him away from the Death Machine. Rich Swann, in a last-ditch effort, was able to break free from the tag team and got the hot tag onto the Death Machine. And Sami Callihan was a great big giant. Was nothing but great balls of fire.
Are you calling him fat?
No, I said great balls of fire.
All right, because it sounded like you were about to call him fat.
No, dumbass.
Okay, but he is kind of chunky. Anyway.
All right. So Sami Callihan was able to knock out both members of Subculture. He actually did a move where he did I'm trying to remember. It was a flatliner on one tag partner and a DDT on the other partner, hitting them both simultaneously onto the mat. Fuck yeah!
See what I mean?
Fuck yeah! That was awesome.
See, there you fucking go.
And Sami Callihan was about to win. He was about to hit the Cactus Driver 97, but then one of the members of Mark Andrews was able to break up the pile driver, and we got some more back and forth action before Rich Swann and Sami Callihan finally teamed up. Sami Callihan hits the Cactus Driver. Rich Swann hits the 450 splash to pin and win. Your winners, Rich Swann and Sami Callihan.
How about that? Like, to think, like, the former tag champions, it looks like they're losing their luster here. That's actually honestly surprising.
It really sucks that they were just booked as transition champions in Impact Wrestling.
because they do have an excellent chemistry between the two, and the packaging of the team of Subculture just works. It works perfectly.
And yet they lost tonight. Danny Luna lost her opening match, and these two lost theirs. What the hell?
That is so odd, so bizarre. But I suppose the rose is off the bloom is off the rose. I suppose. I don't know if I.
That being said, Juancho, as far as Sami Callihan is concerned, because you're a Mick Foley fan for life.
Yes, I am.
Has Sami Callihan earned calling his finishing move the Cactus Driver 97?
It's not earning it. It's an homage to it, as a...
Okay, but do you think... Okay, fair enough.
See, there you go. Let me see. If he said it in the chat, Jordan dealing with the curse of Deanna. Sammy wrestles because he wants to mix it with deathmatch style. Mox seemed like he only wrestled when he was teaming with FTR. See what I mean? And now he's saying, unironically, non-fat joke, but Sammy was 300 pounds early in his career and was trying to pull off lucha moves. Oh shit, seriously?
Yeah!
Like, he could fly?
He can fly!
Big boy can fly?
Big boy can fly.
Fluffy can fly.
Yes.
Fluffy can fly. Holy shit, Fluffy can fly.
Anyway, so let's
How
go
you
ahead and
giving
move
me
on and let's get to the exciting segment of the night as we see an interesting video package from the now fully villained character of Crazy Steve. And oh my god, get it away from kids!
No. I mean, yes, no, keep it away.
Keep it away
What
from
the fuck?
children.
What the hell is this guy? Like, okay, what? Like, tell me a little bit more about his transformation here, Jose.
All right, so in a series of interviews, sit-down interview segments with Tom Phillips for the past couple of weeks, we get to see more layers into Crazy Steve. We get to learn a little bit more about his troubled upbringing as a child, Impact Wrestling's way of trying to add more depth into his character than just being this crazy guy from DK. And then last week, he got himself disqualified in his match against Mike Bailey when he tried to beat the shit out of Mike Bailey with a fork, and then he turned on his.
What's with these fucking guys and forks?
I have no idea. But then Crazy Steve turned on Black Taurus, his partner, and stabbed him in the face with his fork, and he went crazy on all the other staff and referees who were trying to break him up. So he addressed here on this video that he wants to put some more hurt onto his former tag partner. He wants to destroy everything relating to DK with Jessica, with Rosemary, with Black Taurus. The whole DK thing is dead as far as he's concerned.
So he's trying to put the past behind him. He doesn't want to be held down by the goofier, super sinister team of DK, and he's gone full batshit. Okay, so he went from Majin Buu to Kid Buu then.
Yes.
Ouch.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's some Dragon Ball Z reference for you folks.
Hells yeah, and it's nice, and you know what, like I said, it's good that Impact Wrestling is turning him heel, and we finally get to see him a little bit more sinister instead of
More threatening.
more threatening instead of goofy. So I'm all for it.
Okay, so yeah, and the fact that he's pulling this off well, and he's giving us the heebie-jeebies, that works for you.
Yes, yes, because if you're going to repackage him, and because if you're going to repackage a character, you better make sure he starts off with really strong.
Great, awesome. Can I get him off the screen now, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
And now let's get to the match of the night. And it is a tag team match, player.
Holla holla.
Yes, that's right. We get the newly formed tag team of Say His Name and He Appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. But he's not alone.
Yuya Uemura.
And their tag team name is called Joya. Joya. Joya.
The fuck?
I don't know. Joya.
No, you gotta workshop that a little more, buddy. Sorry, that doesn't work.
And they were
Sorry, Scotland and Japan. I mean, come on, dude. Try again. It's okay. Just, we'll pass. We'll pass and pass it to the next person.
So Joe Hendry and Yuya Uemura are in a tag match with another enhancement tag team. I forgot their names because they're cannon fodder at this point. And like I said, it wasn't anything spectacular. It was just a standard tag match, an enhancement tag match to put over the newly formed tag team. And Joe Hendry, based on his facials, it looked like, I could be wrong, but it looked like he didn't want to be in a tag team.
No, he didn't. He just wanted to be the digital media champion all in his onesies. And now he's realizing, damn, I'm too good of a friend. I'm too nice of a guy or whatever, but I'm saddled with my buddy, Yuya Uemura.
Between him, his digital media championship run, which was fun, and this feels like a huge drop off. If you ask me.
Seriously, I'm worried. I'm seriously worried.
I'm also worried too, but no worries because I've got some silly, stupid shit to talk about with this upcoming segment, and it is the official contract signing for the upcoming Impact Knockouts World Championship match tomorrow night at Victory Road. The contract signing between the number one contender, Alicia Edwards, and the defending Impact Knockouts World Champion, Trinity.
All right, so Alicia Edwards is stepping up to the Knockouts World Champion, and she wants to show that she means business. And of course, Trinity, not being a stranger to victory and to championship gold, is going to try and put Alicia Edwards in her place before their match tomorrow night at Victory Road. Real quick, Vicente Guerrero saying in the chat, DK collides, not much left of the group after Rosemary and Jessica left, but good to give Steve a new gimmick.
Yes.
And yeah, refresh him a little bit. And yeah, no, keep him away from my screen.
However, a couple things I want to point out with why this segment didn't land with me. Number one, it was moderated by Santino Marella.
No.
Number two, Alicia Edwards tried desperately to get some heel heat by making fun of Santino's accent, and then she turns and makes fun of the accents of the Canadian fans. No. Number three, Alicia Edwards talked, and she really didn't sound that convincing as a heel character, as a contender for the Knockouts World title.
That's another check. That's strike 3 and 4 right there.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's add a bonus strike to the fact that, I'm sorry, Alicia Edwards, she's good in the ring, but she's not championship material. Like, this feels...
How come?
Because she hardly wrestles on Impact, and any time she does, she wrestles on their pre-show, which is called BTI, before the Impact.
So she doesn't even wrestle on the main program. She wrestles on the warm-up shows. How the hell did she become a number one contender?
Because she won the Battle Royale last week.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot.
Yes, she did.
See, that's how messed up it is. Like, it was a forgettable way to become number one contender. How the hell does that work?
Yep. Trinity then got on the mic and she said that, yeah, she admitted that she overlooked Alicia Edwards and that Alicia Edwards has definitely proven herself. Then Alicia Edwards got on the mic, and her and her husband Eddie, they mocked Trinity, saying that, oh, where's your husband? He's not here with you, supporting you.
Yeah, he's off in the big leagues making money.
Yeah, it's called being on SmackDown, being a traitorous asshole.
You heard that, Jimmy Uso?
You count your lucky stars that you're married, Jimmy.
You count your freaking stars. You better think thank you to your wife.
Yeah. To which Trinity got on the mic and actually fired back at Eddie, saying, "Excuse me, weren't you the one that turned your back on Impact Wrestling? Don't go flying around that banner in front of me, okay? Why don't you take a back seat, Mr. Alicia?"
Oh, okay. How is this a mess segment to you? Because this sounds kind of fun.
It was meh. Trinity did save it, but like Alicia kind of brought it down, and Santino just being involved, period, kind of brought it down.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and then they got into a fight. Alicia sprayed her drink all over Trinity. Trinity hit Alicia with a roundhouse kick, and then Eddie Edwards slammed Trinity onto into the table.
That I did catch a glimpse of. Holy shit!
I know. Damn.
Oh no! How dare she?
So okay, yeah, no. It was a mess segment. It wasn't a bad segment because Trinity did save it. Okay, the champion did save the segment.
Okay, as well she should. Ow.
Yeah.
Well, still, like, let's see how it actually translates into a match.
Well, yeah. Well, here's where I'm going to give my thoughts on this. This is a pit stop. I think this is nothing more than a pit stop. Trinity will make quick work of Alicia Edwards tomorrow night because they're setting her up for a much bigger challenge down the road. And considering that Jordynne Grace is coming back to Impact Wrestling, it's not hard to tell who Trinity might be facing at the next pay-per-view after Victory Road is done.
I mean, seriously, like, let's not lie to ourselves here. Like, Jordynne Grace, it deserves championship gold any day of the week. So yeah.
All right, now let's go ahead and move on to the main event. And this is...
Hold on. Vicente saying, please, God, Jimmy Uso versus Eddie Edwards in a shoot MMA or even bare knuckle boxing. Winner gets free beer, so Jimmy would fight hard.
That's
a drunk joke for you.
Yeah, no.
Ow.
Actually, maybe we shouldn't put alcohol as a winning prize because Jimmy Uso, he still has a lot of DUIs.
Yeah, let's not try and repeat the last call for Scott Hall thing because that
Please,
did
no.
not end well for Scott Hall.
No. All right, now let's get to the main event. So the teams of Josh Alexander and PCO versus the teams of Bully Ray and the returning former Impact World Champion Steve Maclin.
Okay, one thing. I think they listened to us because PCO isn't presenting like a off-brand Frankenstein anymore. He's presenting like a badass. He's still got a bit of the weird-ass makeup on him, but he's not Frankensteining around anymore.
Yeah, I think we might have
Thank
so many.
you, Jesus Christ. Also, Jen Pearson made her way into the chat. Hey, up there, Jen. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Welcome. Thank you for watching. So, getting into this match, there were a couple of moments in the match where, Bully Ray throughout the entire match was trying to avoid trading hands with PCO. So, anytime PCO gets tagged in,
he would. Anytime PCO would be tagged in, Bully Ray, if he was in the ring, he ran for the hills and tried to tag Maclin back.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch.
Oh, yeah, and PCO and Maclin, they went to work, PCO getting the upper hand, tags in Josh Alexander, and Josh Alexander is a ball of fire and starts wrestling Steve Maclin.
Cool.
And then when we get back from commercial break, it looks like Josh Alexander is being kept away from PCO as Bully Ray and Steve Maclin work on the Canadian Iron Man.
Shit. Okay, that's a problem. We gotta remember something. Josh Alexander, he was sidelined for a while. What was his injury again?
A torn tricep.
Yeah, that is not. That's nothing to be playing around with. I'm guessing that Maclin and Bully Ray were actually trying to target that area in terms of weakening Josh Alexander and keeping him away from PCO throughout the match.
And right you are. They were targeting on the same arm that was being repaired on. Josh Alexander was able to get a moment of respite after hitting a German suplex onto Steve Maclin.
Screw you.
Before tagging in PCO, and PCO laid waste to everybody.
Yay.
He was knocking down Steve Maclin, threw him out of the ring, and even did a flipping senton through the ropes, knocking out Steve Maclin at ringside.
Holy shit!
Yes,
seriously.
And yes.
Like I said, we've said it before. We don't hate the guy. We don't hate the wrestler. We don't hate Pierre Ouellette. We just couldn't stand the goofiness of the PCO character. So now that they're toning down the goofy and reminding us, by the way, he's still a badass in the ring, I can live with this. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Jesus jumped up Christ.
And Bully Ray might agree with you, Juan, about the silly part, because in the final minutes of the match, Bully Ray's trying to extend his hand, and he's trying to reach out for the human Carl Ouellette trapped inside the monster of PCO, obviously trying to distract PCO in the middle of the match, like saying, "No, listen, you are not this monster," or whatever the hell he's trying to say to him.
Look into your heart.
And then with Josh Alexander knocked at ringside with his hurt arm, Steve Maclin then was able to attack PCO from behind. PCO knocked out Maclin. He was about to knock out the referee. The referee covered himself, and that was enough. That was enough of a window for Bully Ray to hit a low blow onto PCO.
Oh, bitch move!
And then rolled
Boo on you, Bully.
And then Bully.
Screw you, buddy. Jesus.
Some incredible bully shit happening during the match, and Bully Ray rolled up PCO to pin and win. Your winners, Bully Ray and Steve Maclin.
Oh God, did you say that was bully shit?
I said that was bully shit.
Oh my God, you're right. That is bully shit. Good God.
And that's where the show ends. There was no other fights, no other brawls. Nothing happened backstage. No other segments. That's it. That's where we close off.
Show's over with a low blow. That is some, like you said, some bully shit. I can't top that.
Yeah, I know.
I can't top that.
It's all right. Just go ahead and ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
So as far as a go-home show before the pay-per-view event tomorrow night, this was pretty good by the numbers. Deonna Purrazzo had a great opening match against Dani Luna. There were a couple other matches in between that were all right. Kevin Knight had a good match, had a good enhancement match against Leo Rush. Let's see here. We also had a couple of segments. Dirty Dango segment, which I didn't want to bring up because I'm about tired of him at this point.
Thank you. You spared us.
Yeah, this week's edition of AEW Dynamite was also pretty fun. They kicking off the Grand Slam tournament. The rivalry between MJF now with this new wrinkle with Samoa Joe added into the mix, that's definitely going to be fun. It's going to lead to a world title down the road. Moxley defended his international championship in an open challenge match against AR Fox, which was actually pretty good. And all the other matches are all right. Chris Statlander defended her TBS championship against Emi Sakura, and the main event match was, yeah, I know, yeah, make your jokes. Darby Allin beat up a kid, but the kid,
Darby Allin beat up a baby in the ring.
But the baby has proven that he could hang with the men.
It's still a baby. What the hell? I need to call Child Protective Services on Darby Allin. That is just rude.
Actually, you want to know something?
What?
Surprisingly, this week's Dynamite actually had an increase in viewership from last week. They actually brought in 887,000 viewers. So they brought in more viewers for Dynamite, but they took a loss on Collision. And the less we talk about Rampage, the better.
Well, Rampage doesn't matter. Why do you think we don't cover Rampage?
Yeah. Now, this week's edition of NXT was also a lot of fun. Some great matches in between. The opening women's championship match was pretty good. Much like Alicia Edwards, Kiana James was just a pit stop for Tiffany Stratton to go one-on-one against Becky Lynch next week. The Global Heritage Tournament matches in the middle were also pretty fun. Butch's match against Axiom ended in a draw. And Nathan Frazier had a good match against the large Duke Hudson from Australia.
All right, so that's not bad. It looks like everybody had some balanced programming over here.
Yeah.
How could you fail to mention the backstage segment on Dynamite between Tony Storm and interviewer Renee Paquette?
Oh my God! Oh my!
How could you forget that?
Because MJF's
heathen.
No, because MJF's promo was much better.
Okay,
it was more compelling.
Yeah, of course it was more compelling, but that was funny as shit.
Okay,
Where
fine.
Tony Storm is like, oh well. Okay, Renee Paquette was asking Tony Storm like, so you sprayed Ruby Soho in the face and cost her the
TBS title match. Why?
Why? And Tony's like, oh, I can't seem to remember that, but oh, you know how it is. We'll just figure it out as we go along. In the meantime, chin up,
tits out, and
watch for the shoe. And she walks off screen and throws a shoe
at Renee.
At fucking Renee Paquette.
That's just abuse.
That's just weird. It's funny, but it's weird.
Yeah, you know what? You got me there. I guess I should have brought it up as an honorable mention at the very least.
See, there you go. There you go. You do that every now and then, honorable mentions.
I was more focused on MJF and the AEW World Title picture.
I know, because, the World Title picture is supposed to be the biggest deal on there. Yeah, Tony Storm with the shoe throw was funny. You're right, Vicente. That was fucking ridiculous. I love it. All
right, now that's going to conclude this program. On next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, I will be covering the main event for Impact Wrestling's Victory Road. Victory Road, country home, to the place I belong. Impact Wrestling, Mountain Mama, take me home. Victory Road. Sing along, Jose. I'm not singing along with you. Road. Fuck you. Stop it. Stop it. I want to get done. Okay, fine. Anyways, and also I will be covering the main event for another WWE pay-per-view event that's happening tomorrow. WWE Superstar Spectacle, and this is their first actual pay-per-view event in India. Holy shit. Yes. And WWE's continuing quest to expand around the globe. They've had pay-per-view events in Saudi Arabia, in Cardiff, in the United Kingdom, and Puerto Rico, in Canada, but now they're going to India. And I will be discussing that next week. And, Wancho, let me ask you a question. Should I talk about the 1000th episode celebration of Impact Wrestling as well? Yeah, why not? That's kind of a milestone. That is kind of a milestone, yes. I will be discussing all of that, next week. But until then, Juan, plug us away. Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona. As he reviews for you the best and the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling Day, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button.
Ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Remember to like and subscribe and leave comments below to let the YouTube algorithm know that you are supporting the Ravens Flock. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock Online, Kick.com/The Ravens Flock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.